Henry. And if the Lord provides, maybe even a hired hand to cut wood, fetch water, and take care of the guests' horses. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. And since you're already here, would you like to bathe? More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said. No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight. What about him? For now, the innkeeper's letting us use a room, but I'd like to keep an eye on the courting. Like I said, he shows off his muscles and everything he can do with them. I suppose it works on the ladies. When I was in the city, I heard the baths were cramped, expensive, and dirty. They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls. So it is you. What a coincidence. Can you believe I run the baths? I own this place. Henry, is that really you? Where was it that we... And not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home. You can take him on, but I think you'll get trounced. Nobody has died yet for being too clean, and I personally guarantee you'll be satisfied. I don't know if Wolfram took liking to me, or my idea, but he let me stay. No, that's not what I meant. But if you're not in a rush, don't worry, you won't regret it. Our prices are more than attractive, and my girls have golden hands. Don't worry, all in good time. We've already got it figured out. First, I must buy another tent to put a bed in. Hold your horses, I've got girls for that. I take care of all the rest. Well, let's just say my cousin didn't greet me as enthusiastically as I'd expected. I should say so. Haven't we met before somewhere? Her husband, on the other hand, was happy as a pig in shit to see me. Sakura, it's been a long time, but you look really familiar. And how else should I be? And you as well. It looks like you've also done well since we last met. With his muscles. He ricks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. So I got the first tent and tub, and it gradually grew into this. You really don't want to give it a try? So I thought, why not do it like in Jelly-Off? Have a tavern and baths in one place. I did, but I didn't last long. So you'll stick around for a while after all? No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two. We'll see. We could use a sawbones, or at least a barber. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time. Don't you remember me? You didn't listen to me. As a shrew, I quickly came to the conclusion that nothing good awaited me there. Ugh. One more time. The nomad camp is in the cliffs along the banks of Rock Tower Pond, and Tomcat lives there with them. In the camp by the tower, that is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads. Believe me, Tomcat knows some trick. Clubbers everyone like little boys. I can't explain it any better. We're starting small. I've only got 2 girls here, but we're doing pretty well. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue. Otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills. And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour? Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character. And who wouldn't? And then you ended up like a couple of filthy louts in the pillory. Don't get me wrong, but no one round here is going to believe you're a knight. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz. And you are like a knight? And you pull yourself together. Like Tomcat says, nothing's impossible, and bruises build character. But if you can get by with things that are, let's say, slightly worn, then I could help you. But between the 2 of us, it's easy enough to scrounge up a shirt and trousers if you know where to look. Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on. Oh, nothing. It's just a local legend. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living. Though I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semine. But I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. At least you're not walking around bare-assed, although that might not be a sorry sight. If you find some work, maybe you'll get a place to sleep too. Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to pay. Without money, you can't deck yourself out in much finery. What would you say? Right now, I'm slightly scruffy nothing. For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. Hey, over here! Just don't get yourself caught again. Good luck. I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet. I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Well, yeah, people are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout you was fighting with. Don't exaggerate. This province is small. Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. I can see that. Save up for something or use those lockpicks. Either way, I can't help you anymore. I'm Bara. Just Bara. With the city folk, it's bound to be better. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad. But don't say it too loud. The locals don't take kindly to them. Go find some work. I'm done sharing. I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. Maybe, but I can't help you much. All I can tell you is that the whole of Trotsky has their clothes sewn by tailor Bartoszek. Maybe not. Geibel, the scribe, might know something about it. He has a lot of learned books. I don't know my letters. You can go and see them. Just don't stare too long. There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide, or the other way round. It doesn't matter. I don't even know. Or was it the other one? Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again. You'd certainly find something fancy in Bartoszek's workshop. And if anybody asks, you didn't hear it from me. The nearest stud farm is down the hill in Semin, but without money, you'll only be able to stare at those ponies. I've no idea, but like I said, the preparations are just getting started, so you have plenty of time to figure it out. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick. Oh well. Not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side. Well, you can hardly buy new armour now, but you might find something in the town hall armoury, although you'll need quick hands. Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary or help in the tavern. Wow. And where is your armour, sword, and horse now? After what you did here, I'd say your days as a right hand are over. After what you did here with that friend of yours, even the deaf and blind would immediately recognise you. They say a famous knight lived here who killed a ferocious lion and saved a many-headed dragon. Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them. Better go for something subtle. Maybe even something a little worn. Know what I mean? I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that. You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. Well, I'm not pushing you, just giving you a few useful tips. What you do with them is up to you. You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? So, no rush. Now things can only get better. That other fellow is really a nobleman. I thought it was more like the other way round. The hell you will. This is my turf. That's a pretty good idea. Tailor Bartoszek would probably throw you out of the shop. I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin. I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant. I ain't. I'm just passing through. Well, she doesn't know it yet. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway. In the tavern, if you dare. Otherwise, find some work and hope it comes with a bed. You'd certainly find something for yourself in his workshop. Well, that there hill is Slatego,